welcome to Figure Skating Mess. The Europeans 2024 was such an eventful event with unexpected highs, devastating and heartbreaking lows, and satisfying victories. We will begin with men and women, and then at the end, if you're interested, you're gonna get some ice dance too. But without any further ado, let's jump into the video with the men. And in first place we find last year's champion Siao Him Fa, who managed to defend his title, and he's such a chaotic king. I mean, you gotta love his chaotic energy. This young man, at the very end of his free program, does an illegal backflip, fully aware of that's gonna earn him a deduction. And it's not that even his free program has been perfect. He's had some mistakes in both the short and the free, but he's so confident that he's gonna win anyways that he does this backflip. And I mean, he does win anyways with a big margin, so it all worked out, but still I was like, what is he doing? Oh my god. And I mean, you just gotta love him. He said afterwards that the backflip was for the audience and it was a little French touch he wanted to give them. And I mean, you gotta love the French sometimes. They do have personality to bring. And then in second place we have the surprise of the event. That is Aleksander Selevko from Estonia. And by this silver medal, Estonia got its first ever medal in the men's discipline, which just that is such a huge thing, but like nobody expected this. And I am so happy for him, because I have liked he and his brother, he has a younger brother, Mikhail, for like ever since I saw them for like 3-4 years now. They have like good artistry and skating skills, and they do have quads too, but the problem is they often have a lot of mistakes, but they have had loads of potential. But here, Aleksander was pristine clean in both the short and the free. Let's begin with the short. Like, the short program blew me away. I literally screamed afterwards. I was in shock. I screamed and I jumped up and down from my chair with excitement, especially because that short program, he wasn't in the like very last groups because of not being stable in the past, so he skated after like mediocre men. Then came Aleksander and whoa, quality! First of all, he has the best quad toe in the game, in my opinion. It is so high, but also perfect technique, like toe pick, no full blade takeoff or pre-rotation is glorious. And his short program, he was so charming and cool and charismatic. I love the little head bump, like he really had the attention of the audience. And after his short program, he had this huge grin on his face and it was amazing to see. Unfortunately, after that, his little brother skated, and his little brother Mikhail was actually 8th last year at Europeans. But this year, oh, he failed miserably. I think he was 3rd to last, so he didn't get to the freeze guide. And the camera team also filmed Aleksander's reaction in the public, rooting for his brother, and it was so horrible to see his like sad reaction and that he really felt for his brother. And I felt for Aleksander because I thought, well, now he can't fully, like 100% enjoy the skate of his life that he just did, because of course he's gonna feel for his brother. So that's gonna taint the experience a bit. But I don't think it matters, because then in the free skate, he once again delivered a pristine, clean program. And he won a silver medal overall. And it was such a well-deserved medal, and his reaction after his free skate when he realized he was gonna be top 3 and he had a secure medal. Oh, it was priceless. He burst into tears. I burst into tears, and I'm not even hysterical here, but I just felt for him so much, and I'm so excited to see what he's gonna do in the future. I really am. I'm thrilled that he's finally seemed to have gotten everything together. Let's move on then to the man in the 3rd place. Here we found Mattheo Rizzo. And this is last year's silver medalist, but I actually think this bronze medal for him is even more impressive because he recently got injured. He withdrew from Italian nationals, and according to the commentator, Matteo is gonna have surgery right after Europeans because he has such a severe injury on his hip. And you could see that he was hindered. He didn't do as many quads as usual. He only did a quad toe in the free and in the short, but he skated clean enough that it earned him a bronze, and such respect to him. I hope his operation and recovery goes well. In 4th place we find another Italian man, Gabrielle Frangipani. And in 5th place we find last year's bronze medalist Lukas Brichtgi, who actually was in 2nd place after the short, but after a bad free skate he fell down to 5th overall. Then in 6th place we have the love of my life, Deniss Vasiljevs. This man captivates me and gets my body going like no other man. He's enthralling. The way he skates to every single note in the music, he captures every single beat, and he's present in the moment. He takes in the public, and he loves the public, and the public loves him, and it's such a beautiful relationship going on. And I am pissed that his quality isn't recognized as they should be deserved, because yes, he does get 2nd highest PCS here, but he does get mid-8s, and as an example, he's almost at the same points as Mattheo Rizzo. And I mean, Mattheo is good, but Deniss, he's brilliant. There should be a way bigger difference between them. And yes, I know that he can't get high 9s here because he had falls, and then you can't get that, but you are allowed to get low 9s, and I think he definitely deserves low 9s. Nobody pays so much attention to the music and what he wants to convey in his skate as Deniss does. He truly deserves to be fast in PCS by a good margin, even before Adam, in my opinion. But unfortunately, he did have some falls because he continues trying his quad salcho. And I mean, Deniss, your success rate on your quad salcho is 5%. It's minuscule. Why are you continuing doing it? I don't know, because he never lands it, and it always would have been better if he would just have done a solid triple instead. And the most sad thing to me is that if he had skated clean with just triples, he would have gotten a bronze. I actually think that, because then the judges could have gone at least a bit higher in PCS, I think they would have done, and he would have gotten higher technical points too. And that breaks my heart, and it also makes me upset. I don't know why he continues with that quad. Maybe he's like sacrificing these seasons to be able to land it in future seasons, because he knows a quad is required to win a medal at World Championships, and it also makes him more likely to win at Europeans. But it bugs me because it destroys like the whole experience of the program when he falls or has bad landings. And it also, I think one of the reasons why he doesn't get high PCS is because he never has clean skates anymore, and if you do have a clean skate, your PCS, it slowly builds up clean skate after clean skate. So I think that's one of the reasons. I think you should do like Jason Brown, but what do I know? Maybe he and Stefan has a grand plan and he will land all quad Sarkos in the future. I also want to mention the 2 Swedes that was in the competition, because we had 2 people, because Andreas Nordebäck was top 10 last year, he was in 9th place, and the short program for the Swedes, they went great. Andreas was in 8th place, and I didn't expect that because I know he has struggled with injuries this season after Skate America. Like, he took 2 months just rehabilitation, not skating at all, and he only started skating again 2 weeks ago. So I was super impressed by his short program because I didn't know where he was gonna be. And Gabriel Folkesson also did great, he was in 17th place, so both made it to the final. But in the free skate it all broke apart, and Andreas, it was obviously that he didn't have stamina enough to do a free skate. He was in 22nd place, he wasn't even the best Swede. Gabriel was in 21st, and he didn't have a good skate either. So that was very unfortunate, and we won't have 2 skaters next season, so sad. Another sad thing was Kevin Aymoz. He came second to last, and I was expecting him to fall apart in the free because that's what he has done both in Grand Prix final and in French Nationals, but he has managed to do like decent short programs. But he has skated, for every competition he hits a new low, and he has ghosts in his head. I don't know if you can say that in English, but in Swedish we say you have brain ghosts. Like, some things are haunting you that you can't be present, and because it's obvious that he doesn't trust his body. He doesn't trust himself when it comes to jumps anymore. And therefore he pops them or just is completely off axis and falls over. I don't know what has happened, because last season he was 4th at Europeans. He was 4th at Worlds. This man was 4th at Worlds. And then this season he began with a silver and a bronze at Grand Prix events. He made it to Grand Prix final. So I thought this is gonna finally be his year when he's gonna take a medal. So he was the one I rooted most for. I was like, maybe he can take a small medal in the short program. Something. I just wanted him to win some medal. And then, I don't know what's going on. I feel so bad for him. I sincerely hope he can work it out. Let's leave that horrible short program behind and move on to the women. The women had such a great last group in the free skate. Almost everyone had clean skates, like 5 out of 6 girls. It was an amazing competition, and all 3 of the medalists actually got higher scores than last year's gold medalist, Anastasiia Gubanova. So it was a quality competition, and the winner of the event was Belgium's Loena Hendrickx, who finally won her European title. She was the favourite for last year's Europeans too, but due to a couple of falls, Anastasiia won instead, and she was so disappointed and pissed at herself last year. So it was wonderful to finally see her at the top of the podium, and she was a sunshine. She just jumped up and down, smile eating up her whole face, and she even cried some happy tears, and it was so lovely to see. I think she really deserves to be a European champion, so I'm really satisfied with her victory, although I think the distance between her and the other medalists should have been less, because she should get, those exclamation marks on her lutses, because she does not have a clear outside edge, and she should have gotten a couple of cues too on her jumps. But anyways, so happy for Loena. Then in second place we find last year's surprise winner, Anastasiia Gubanova, and I was so happy for her because she's had a difficult season, like it hasn't really worked out for her so far, so I was surprised to see her 2 clean skies. She did triples, they were beautiful, and she seemed really satisfied with herself, so that was amazing to see. Although I do not really like her programs this season. I think they are too empty, honestly, especially her theme, which is to classical music, and she's usually one of the best at interpreting classical music, but like it isn't, I think the composition of the program is very empty and bland, so that's a critique I have. Otherwise I usually think she's underscored when it comes to PCS, but honestly not this time. Then in third place we have another girl from Belgium, Nina Pinzarrone, who has had this season of her life. And she just continues delivering clean programs. I don't think I have ever seen her fallen, as I said in the last video, this season. And I have seen her in 4 competitions. That's insane. And she, every time she does triples, I don't think I ever seen her had a bad landing even. She probably has once, but like she is consistent like a machine. And hence her PCS have skyrocketed. She got 3rd best PCS because of that. I do think she is a skater who has the potential to be like a very well-rounded quality skater. Right now she has some things to work on regarding her artistry, I think. She is mostly flailing with her arms with no purpose, as compared to Loena and Nastia, who has very purposeful when they use their arms. So that's something she has to work on, but she's still 17, and I am, wow, so exciting for Belgium, who's not a skating nation at all, but in women's it seems like they are. Then in 4th place we find Livia Kaiser from Switzerland. Such a pleasant surprise. She also had 2 clean skies with beautiful, glorious triples. Her triples were the best in my opinion. She has such a lovely jumping technique and good flow, both in and out of the jumps, and her jumps have good height too. And I just loved her reaction after her skates. I always love people's reaction when they have like done the skate of the lines, and there are so many positive emotions all over the place. In 5th place we have Sarina Joos from Italy. Very unexpected, but she also well skated clean, although I think she's very overscored when it comes to PCS. Like she doesn't really interpret the music that much in my opinion. The same goes with French Lorine Shield in 6th place, and this girl also has the scariest jumps. She is always off axis, and every time I think she's gonna fall, but she somehow lands it, but it doesn't look pretty. But well, respect to her to being able to land something that doesn't seem physically possible, but please change it because it isn't pleasant to look at. Then in 7th place we find Kimmy Repond, last year's surprise bronze medalist. She didn't skate as well as she did last year, which is understandable because she has had battled some injuries, so yeah. I also want to mention Sweden's Josefin Taljegård, who was in 11th place. She was so close to being top 10. I was like, damn, because if you are top 10 you get 2 skaters next season, but she was less than a point behind the girl in 10th place, so that was really disappointed. But she was brilliant. I love her. She has such charisma and personality and presentation of her program, and she actually in the 4th program she got the 4th highest score for presentation, which is so well deserved, and I was happy to see that. Although I think they easily could have given her 8. She got mid-7, but 8 is totally deserved. And yeah, so that's like a general critique, because I think they do are kind of good when it comes to placement for her in PCS, but it bugs me that most girls are around high 6s, low 7s. Like, can I please dare to give a girl who's good at jumping a low 6 and someone who has very easy jumps in comparison a 8? That's my opinion. And the crowd loved her, and the commentator loved her. He was like, oh, she doesn't only skate, she lives the program, and that made me so proud. She makes me proud to be Swedish. Yeah. And she also was invited to the gala, which is huge since she was only in 11th place, and usually only the top 4 are invited, so that was great to see. And someone I also appreciated was Nella Pellonen from Finland, who was in, I think, 8th place after the short program. She had a glorious short program. Unfortunately, she had a terrible free skate, and these are unfortunately usually the case for the Finnish girls. They are not stable, but they always have beautiful basic skating skills, and that's something I really appreciate. Then, last but not least, for the women, we have to talk about Ekaterina Kurakova, who was in 25th place at the short program, so she didn't even make it to the free. And this is my villain origin story, because yes, she didn't have a good short program, but come on, she at least should have gotten to the free skate. I was baffled, because I thought, oh, she had a bad short program, maybe she can redeem herself in the free, because she usually does that. She can have bad short programs, but glorious free skates, and she climbs a lot. And I think I put a curse on my favorite skaters, because the skaters I most wanted to take a medal here was Kevin Aymoz and Ekaterina Kurakova. They were both in 4th place last season, and they both have never gotten a medal at a big championships, not even a small medal. So my greatest hopes for these Europeans was they should at least win a small medal for either the free or the short program. And then neither of them even gets to the free skate. I don't know what else to say, just that it was so heartbreaking and also very unexpected. Like Kevin, you could expect him having bad skates, but I did not expect this from Katja at all. Then let's move on to some ice dance, shall we? This is new territory for me, but the winner and 2nd place was very expected. It was the Italian and then the British team. And then in 3rd place came the Lithuanians, and this took place in Lithuania. With the arena was filled to the brink with people, and first of all, that was amazing to see, to finally have a figure skating competition outside of like Japan that is filled to the edges with people, and it was such a great crowd. And when the Lithuanians had their free program, oh, the public, they roared, and there was standing ovation, and the last quarter of the free program, the skaters simply smiled. It was such an energy, and all I could think was, well, please stay on your feet, please keep it together until the end, because I of course really wanted them to win a bronze because in front of their home crowd, because that's always amazing. And I also suspected it because the Finns won bronze in Finland last year, and now it is in Lithuania. I mean, ice dance is a bit corrupt, but I think they deserve their 3rd place, definitely. And it was just a lovely moment for the competition. Then in 4th place we have a French team. I think they're called Lopareva Brissaud or something, and why they were 4th is beyond my imagination, because I think they are quite boring when it comes to like artistry, honestly. And I think that the Finnish team definitely should have been above them. They were totally underscored. And of course, we have to talk about the Czech Mrázek and Mrázková, the siblings who are reigning world champions. Their skating skills are beyond this world. They're so fast, such deep edges, and their program was so intricate and filled with so many details and passion. and they were only 9th overall. Yes, they had a little stumble, but come on. And it's mainly because they get ridiculously low PCS. They're like 8th or 9th in PCS, and I'm like, what do you mean they are amongst the best? Honestly, if they had been clean, I would have put them in 4th place. Easily. They have such quality, and I hate that in ice dance they just favor the teams who have been with us for a very long time. Like, of course, they're gonna be better because they have refined their skills, but you have to give credit to such a young team. And ice dance, it needs refreshment, it needs these new teams. And I think it was especially evident the quality of Mrázek and Mrázková in comparison to Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin. Eteri's daughter, Diana, they both skated to the same music, the Black Swan, in the free program. And the Czech siblings, they were miles ahead when it comes both to choreography and passion and skating skills. And yet Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin got better PCS scores. How is that possible? Tell me, like, look me in the eye and tell me that Diana Davis is better at skating skills than the Czech team. You can't do that. This is blatant corruption because she's Eteri's daughter, and like it also affects their GOE. Like, this lift got positive 2.6. He stumbles and she doesn't even have pointed toes. It should be a negative GOE. What is this? It makes me so mad. But well, ice dance is ice dance. It's extremely corrupt, as the rest of figure skating. But I love the Czech, and I think if they just continue, they're definitely gonna be like world champions in the future because they have so many qualities. Well, that was everything for today. Please write in the comments down below your reaction to this year's Europeans. Did you think it was fair or unfair when it came to the medals? Which were your favorite moments and programs? I would love to know, and until you see me next time, take care of yourself and the people around you. Bye!